Mancini, what else can you ask for? He's doing what no other baseball player has done. Well, I guess some other players have done, but just in limited playing time, he already has 3 home runs and 2 starts with the Houston Astros. And I know he's not getting a lot of playing time. A lot of people want to know why isn't he getting more, but Justin Verlander's doing good. Um, you have Framber Valdez doing good, and then we'll talk about a lot on this Locked On podcast live from Hooters at NASA. And so let's go and get this podcast started.
Hello and welcome to Locked On Astros, your daily Astros podcast. Here are your hosts, Eric the Man Heisman and Brett H-Town Wheelhouse Chansey.
We are Locked On Houston Astros, and we hope that you join us for a daily Locked On Astros podcast. My name is Eric Heisman. You can find me on Twitter at Eric Talk Stros. Find the show at Locked On Astros, your team every day. Brett, where can you find you at?
They can find me at H-Town Wheelhouse on Twitter and Instagram, and at Stros411 on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Always positive. We're going to take the lead in the American League. Always Stros.
1/2 game. That's right. 1/2 games behind the Yankees, the Stankies, whatever you want to call them. But the Astros are almost there, and it just seems like yes, it is a big deal that Game 7 in your stadium is a big deal. I know everybody thinks the Astros own the Yankees, but still, being in your home ballpark, that's a big deal. So those games that we lost to the A's, that could come back and haunt the Astros. But the Astros are doing what they can do right now, beating up on the Indians, beating up on all the other teams, and they're beating up on the teams they should be. But unfortunately, those games against the A's could come back to haunt them. But what they're doing against the Indians is just playing great baseball. It started with Justin Verlander. Framber Valdez did a great job last night, and then Dusty Baker, that kind of came out of nowhere. But
No, yeah, Dusty's going to be down for at least 10 days on COVID protocol. Luckily, Joe Espada said that no one else in the clubhouse was affected. But what I love about this Astros team is the resilience. What I also love are the moves they made at the trade deadline. Trey Mancini is a winner, but he hasn't been a part of a winner. And he said part of the most exciting thing about being a part of this club is he said, I've watched the Astros play against us, and I've watched them do great things. And they are an excellent organization. And why wouldn't you be a part? My first thought is, are they going to extend Trey Mancini? I think it would be a smart move. He's basically getting $10 million next year team option, and I think you could get him for a really good deal because it looks like Yuli, for all intents and purposes, his playing days may be behind him after this year. He isn't the AL batting champ he was last year. He's really struggled, but he's a guy you got to keep in the clubhouse. The reason why you keep him in the clubhouse is because he is your liaison. He is your guy to go through the Cuban pipeline. But this team from top to bottom, today's lineup, Jose Altuve, Yuli Gurriel, Yordan Alvarez, Alex Bregman, Elevnis Diaz, Trey Mancini, Christian Vazquez, Chas McCormick, and Jake Myers. And that's something we need to talk about because there's a lot of people that are very critical of Jake Myers' lack of production. And I've been asking for weeks, is his shoulder fully healed? I don't think he's 100%. I don't think we see a fully healed Jake Myers until spring training 2023.
Well, he claims to be perfectly healthy, but I don't know. We're not in his body. We don't know what he's thinking, going through. But right now he's going through the baseball yips where he just can't even play defense. He's known for his defense, and he came on strong last year hitting-wise, but I don't know what's going on with him this year. But until somebody like grabs the center field by the neck and just say, this is mine, you're going to see them rotate through Debon, through Chas McCormick, and also through Jake Myers. But, Dusty Baker likes Jake Myers. He likes what he has to offer. And so until he just goes like totally hitless or just starts making a lot of errors, I think you're going to see Jake Myers playing a lot of baseball for Houston Astros. But what they're trying to do right now is audition for October to see who would be the best option, because that's what the next 2 months is to see who would be the best option for October. That's all we care about right now.
No, yeah, definitely. But I think we have plenty of evidence on the table. I'm not an attorney. I don't have a legal degree. But if I were to go to court and make a case for Chas McCormick over Jake Myers, I think I would win with a unanimous jury decision in my favor. Jake Myers has just not performed. He's not hitting. Chas McCormick's bat, it has been so much better. Now, Tucker is out, so that's why you have him out there. But I would rather see McCormick in center field and Jake in right field, to be honest. I just think Chas McCormick hasn't been given enough opportunity. And we know that Jake Myers isn't going to see any less playing time because James Click gave him a vote of confidence the other day. He said, we trust Jake Myers. So until James Click doesn't trust Jake Myers, it doesn't matter if y'all think that Dusty plays or doesn't play someone because he likes them or doesn't like them. These are decisions that are made internal. And we saw last year with Miles Straw going to the Guardians that someone wanted him to play and others didn't. And what happened? He got traded. Well, we're past the trade deadline. You're stuck with these guys. I think Mauricio Dubon is actually going to be one of these guys that is an X factor. I think our rookies are going to play key roles. And I think Trey Mancini is going to play a key role in the postseason.
Alrighty, so we are at NASA Hooters and we are having a great time. There's a big crowd out here. Do you want to go and do your hand signal?
Yeah, hey, on the count of three, let's get everybody to say go Astros. 1, 2, 3. Yes,
Alrighty.
That's awesome. We got a great, strong crowd online. We got a great crowd in here. Let's see. Do we have any? We have a few tickets. Hey, let's get some more raffle tickets in this raffle box, and I will draw for the Carlos Correa bobblehead.
So we are doing a couple of giveaways. So you still have time to come out here and come join us at the NASA Hooters, just right off I-45, and we're having a good old time. There's plenty of seats available. So come out and join us and meet the Locked On Astros guys. And it's great out here. So just come out here, have a brew, have some great wings, and just see the world famous Hooter girls. So
no, yeah, definitely. And if you are in town, I want you to exit 528 off I-45 in the Value Shopping Center just south of Baybrook Mall. Come see us. And even if we're not here, even if it's not today, they have happy hour from 3 to 6 Monday through Thursday. They've got great wings. They've got great wing sauces. They've got a ton of brews on tap, and the world famous Hooters girls are here. Rosie, the manager, is top notch. They have a great restaurant here, so come check it out. They are a sponsor of our show because we love to sponsor great local venues, and you can watch the Astros. They'll pipe every game through the speakers as we're going to do today live. So if you're not here with us now and you're close, you still got time to make it down for first pitch. We're going to hang out for the game as well. So make sure you check out Hooters Nasa. It's a great place to hang out with your friends.
a lot of the discussion lately has been, well, why don't you have Alvarez play left field? Why don't you have Mancini play left field? The problem is yes, they can play left field, but how good can they play left field? Alvarez is really a DH playing left field. Yes, he has a great arm. We've seen him make some great plays at the plate, and he can make the good plays, but can he make those diving attempts? Can he go out there and make all the attempts that a Chas McCormick can make, that a Michael Brantley can make when he's healthy? So that's something that the Astros have to take in consideration. And the Orioles, they moved their walls back at Camden Yards, or whatever they call their ballpark, but they moved them back. So the Orioles didn't feel comfortable having him out in left field. So as much as we would like to have Mancini out in left field a lot, they don't really want to do that. But here we go. You have Alvarez for back-to-back games playing left field. Mancini is the DH. So this is maybe the Astros rewarding Mancini. Okay,
well,
you get home run. You hit 2 home runs in a day, including a grand slam. We're going to put you in the lineup the next day. We'll make it work.
Now, what's amazing is that was Mancini's first grand slam of his career, which I would have thought by now, because the home runs he hits and the kind of hitter he is, he would have had at least 1 grand slam under his belt. But the bottom line is Yordan Alvarez needs to be in left field. And I've made this case on our podcast many times before. He hits 100 points higher when he's on the field. We need to quit babying him like we got to wrap him around bubble tape and take him to some daycare and treat him like he's some fragile piece of porcelain. This is a Greek god. He was chiseled from Mount Olympus. Yordan Alvarez needs the field. He is a force when he's in the field. He's a force at bat. And all I'm saying is look at the statistics. If you're a baseball savant, go to Baseball Savant. Look how much better this guy hits when he's on the field. Now, Trey Mancini, I don't want him playing left field. I want him playing first base. Yuli needs to take some rest. Mancini needs to be your first baseman. And I'm sorry for all those people that love Yuli. It's not because I hate Yuli. It's because I want the best team on the field on a more regular basis. But what's great is Mancini does get the DH spot despite not playing at first base. As long as Mancini's in this, as long as Vazquez is playing 50 to 70% positions towards the end of the season, I'm a happy camper. But if that doesn't happen, I've got questions about the lineup construction.
The reason why the Astros are hesitant to take you out of the lineup, and is his past 30 games, he's batting .273 with on-base percentage of .322, slugging percentage of .382. I know that could be higher. He only has one homer, but he has 9 RBIs. He's only struck out 13 times and 110 at-bats. And so he's making better contact. He looks better all around. So that's why the Astros don't really want to make that big commitment yet. So do you want to go and present this to Jesus?
Yeah, so before we do our bobblehead giveaway, I'm going to ask a guest that's in the audience, one of our most famous followers, Jesus. I need Jesus to come up here. I need you to take something from me that you won. A few weeks ago, I had the honor of interviewing Ryan Stanek when they were on their off day in New York, and he agreed to sign a baseball for us to give to a fan. And we did this random drawing. We had all these people enter, and so I've got the Ryan Stanek ball here, and we got Jesus. He's gonna come in, and he's gonna, dude, have a seat, brother. Have a seat, man. Yeah, he didn't know he was coming on camera. Like, this is full commitment right here. Wow. There's your mic, sir.
Wow.
All right, Jesus. Here is your Ryan Stanek autographed official Major League Baseball. That is yours, sir. You deserve it. Thank you for listening to our show.
Wow. No, it's thank you guys. It's my pleasure. I mean, the show is amazing. You guys are down to earth. One of the first Astros podcasts that I kind of committed to because you guys are just so down to earth. You know,
well,
you guys explain things so I can understand them. I just got in baseball maybe 5 years ago.
Yeah. I remember you saying that 5 or 6 years ago you got into baseball. So basically through our podcast, you're able to really get the nuts and the bolts.
Absolutely. And then especially when you guys go into depth and you guys kind of have a little back and forth, I love that part too, because there's the biggest argument is like emotion versus the statistics,
right?
The analytics. Right. And we try to be a little bit of both, but you guys get it right down the middle.
Yeah, and I mean, Eric knows, and if anybody's watched at least one or more shows, they know that I tend to get a little emotional.
Mm-hmm.
I think I've gotten better. Have I improved in that area a little bit?
Absolutely. I've seen times where Eric is about to go off on you, and he calms down, and you're about to go off on him, and you go.
We just got to back up because baseball is a marathon, not a sprint, and that's what we learn. I mean, the NBA has 82 games, so that's the second most games.
Yes.
The NHL doesn't have near as many. I don't know what theirs is because. Hey, we need a hockey team.
Yeah.
We need a hockey team. Yeah. But baseball is that marathon.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Tell me, who is your favorite Astro on this current roster? You have only one guy to pick. Who are you saying is your guy?
Man, I'm gonna have to go Altuve for the win. Clutch, H-Town hero. I mean, he's done it already.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know this Mancini guy. That swing. Ooh, that swing is pretty, man.
It is, and
and he's so patient at the plate.
So when you look at like someone like, I'm going to say a bad name in here. When you look at someone like an Aaron Judge or a Mike Trout or a Jordan, you're like, these dudes are beasts. But when you get Mancini, he just looks like, okay, I'm just going to throw the ball to him because he ain't going to hit it. He looks like a normal Joe like you and me.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing I like, and I would choose Alvarez as far as a player to be better than him because, Alvarez hits for the bag. He hits for bases too. He can hit for power. Yeah. But then if you need him with a clutch hit, as we saw like the other day in the last couple games, he can get us some RBIs and some runs batted in too. So we're dangerous now, man. Like what I saw, I thought we were going to lose that yesterday's game because we just stomped on them the game before, and inside of Twitter Spaces, everybody said don't score too many runs because if you score too many runs, you take up all the juice.
That's right.
But our guys squared it away 2 games in a row, so I'm excited to see what we do against this pitcher who is I think he's unbeaten in Cleveland.
Okay. Oh yeah, Cal Control.
Yeah, he's unbeaten in Cleveland. So this will be an opportunity to put our notch underneath the belt.
Yeah, let's do it. I mean, let's just beat everybody in our wake, right?
Absolutely.
So hey, real quick, I'm gonna do this. I've got some more names here in the box, and I'm gonna let you do the honors I'm going to draw the name. And so that way people can't be mad at me.
Yeah, right.
Do what? Oh,
Okay.
I should. Okay. You draw it and I'll say it. Okay, my bad. See, man, I'm already.
We have drum rolls?
Yeah, drum roll.
All
right. There we go. We got a drum roll in the background. Thank you. All right, who we got? All right, we got, it looks like, is that Squires? Squires, right here. Come on over here. Yeah, Squires, come get.
Wow.
Come get your Carlos. Now, this is a great piece of memorabilia.
And he has his arms.
Oh yeah, and he has arms. I don't know if y'all haven't watched our show the other day. We had a little mishap.
Oh, man.
Eric had his nice Alex Bregman walk-off bobblehead, and his elbow hit it. It hit the floor. Yeah. Bregman lost his arms.
If you hadn't seen it, it's YouTube gold.
It is YouTube gold. Hilarious.
It's about 5 minutes of red face.
Yeah, I just can't stop laughing.
It's about 5 minutes of red face.
And then, of course, my mother, who actually treats Eric better than me, says, "Oh, I feel so bad for Eric, and I thought you laughed at him too much." And I'm like, I laughed at him too much. Oh, that's me. Uh-oh. Hello, check. All right, we there? All right, can y'all hear me? Okay, cool. I can't hear in the headphones. Something disconnected. So we'll, all right, sorry. So we'll keep going here. We've got some other things to
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I turned it off.
Okay. Yeah, so basically my mom, I think, likes Eric more than me now, which is I guess it's cool. But whatever. So hey, Eric, share with me something about the Yankees record now that a Twitter follower shared with us. So ever since we played the Yankees and the Mets, and we won those 9 games 7-2, we basically kicked New York's you-know-what, okay? Listen to the record. What was their record, Eric, prior to beating meeting Houston?
Well, before they played the Houston Astros, they were 51-18 on the season.
Now, what is their record since they've played us?
19-18.
Yeah, those bums. What are they eating? Sparrow pizza? That's not New York pizza. Come on. They're probably wearing the Aaron Judge jerseys they got from Canal Street with the name on the back. I'm telling you right now, I am not worried about the Yankees, Eric. You know who I am worried about in the American League playoffs?
Who?
I'm actually worried about the Minnesota Twins. The Minnesota Twins tooled up at the trade deadline, and let me tell you, they are going to be a sneaky good competitor. They're not going to be the pushover they were when we kicked their tail in 2020 in 2 straight games. Not only do they have Correa, but they got some nice pitching pieces. And so I think the Twins pose more of a threat, but I think the Astros still win the ALCS at the end of the year, when it's all said and done.
I think the ALCS still goes through New York.
Okay, for all intents and purposes, it should go through New York. I really think the Astros and Yankees are the World Series now. But you got the Padres. I mean, this is insane. If y'all follow baseball and you saw what they did at the trade deadline, these are the biggest deals to have been made in Major League Baseball history. It's unbelievable.
Right. And so for comparison, he also put, this is from Astros fan 86, by the way. And he said the Astros before New York, they were 43-5. After New York, the Astros are 27-13.
Man.
So that shows how good the Astros have been before and after. So the Astros have been pretty consistent, but the Yankees just, they're a good team, but also they've hit a little bump in the road. They lost to the Cardinals yesterday, and as much as we hate the Cardinals from the old days,
I love them beating the Yankees, though.
Yeah.
We root for 2 teams in my house: the Astros and whoever's playing the Yankees. That's the only 2 teams we root for. So
yeah. So definitely, did you hear that JV actually called the grand slam yesterday?
Yes, he was sitting on the steps, and he said if he gets a 4-seam fastball, he's hitting a grand slam. And what did he do?
Right. That was pretty cool. And so I like what Espada said about Mancini. He said that he gives Dusty some flexibility and the ability to move some guys around, rest some of those guys, those big pieces like you mentioned, and don't you lose any firepower. That's what Trey Mancini will bring to this team. So basically, he's not your everyday starter. And I know a lot of people are like, well, why would you trade all your future talent for somebody who's not even going to start for you every day? But you need somebody like this like your 4th. I don't know if he's your 4th outfielder or what you would label him as.
No, I would label him my starting first baseman off the top. I mean, again, no disrespect to Yuli. Yuli has done an admirable job. We couldn't be here where we are without Yuli Gurriel. It's just a shame we didn't get Yuli Gurriel, 8 years prior, when he was a little bit older. The bottom line is this with this Astros team: Trey Mancini is the perfect player to play a complementary role. Why? Because he has gratitude. Why? Because I don't know if y'all know this, 2 years ago, he actually was diagnosed with colon cancer. And he credits the Orioles medical staff in finding it. And had they not found it, he probably would not have lived. They saved his life. So this guy, he's happy. He loves the Astros. You know what? Put him wherever you can. But I think, without a shadow of a doubt, if you play 10 games in 10 days, he needs to play in at least 9 of those 10 games. I don't see any reason to sit Trey Mancini. Yuli Gurriel is old enough to understand his role as well. And that's what I love about the Christian Vazquez and the Martin Maldonado thing. Martin Maldonado and Vazquez know each other. They're both from Puerto Rico. They both used to work out together when they started out. They have a mutual respect for each other. But Vazquez gives you a far greater chance, even though Martin Maldonado is hot, than anybody else on that team. I really hope Christian Vazquez lights it up today in Cleveland.
Yeah, Martin Maldonado, in his last 88 plate appearances, he's actually slashing 275, 322, 563 with a 884 OPS. So if you look at those numbers, you're like, well, why did you trade for Christian Vazquez? Because what happens if something happens to Martin Maldonado? And he hasn't shown this all season. So
Martin Maldonado heats up. When we talked about this, he heats up in July. And look, I'm not saying, see, this is where the conversation gets a little fuzzy, because some people think if you don't want Martin Maldonado sitting, that you hate Martin Maldonado. And people think if you want Martin Maldonado playing, that you don't like Christian Vazquez. You can have it both ways. Martin Maldonado, and I'll tell y'all this if you don't know this, he has a $5 million vesting option for next season. The Astros fully intend on paying him that. He'll be back. He only has 10 or 11 more games to start to reach that vesting option. If I'm the Astros, I'm like, Martin, you're getting your 10 or 11, but we're giving Vazquez a majority because he's got to be ready behind the plate, Eric, because calling the game is like being a quarterback. And if you're not prepared in the playoffs, it's the best of the best. Vazquez needs to be coached up. He needs to be behind the plate so that the Astros have the best lineup in there to win. And it's not about feelings. It's about wins.
So if Trey Mancini gets a home run today, he will make Major League history as the first person in their first 3 starts with a new team to hit home runs in his first 3 starts. He did it with the Orioles back when he was a rookie, of course, and now he has a chance to do it with the Astros. Will he do it? That would be great if he does. I don't think anybody's expecting him to, but I don't know. Every hit he has with the Houston Astros is a home run. And even the Baltimore Orioles, media is like keeping up with this. They're like, wait, what are they feeding him in Houston? He's hitting home runs like left and right.
Because in Houston, they wake up in the morning and they eat Dubs. At lunch, they eat Dubs. And at dinner, they eat Dubs. That's just how they roll. They are a winning ball club. And it's something about being around other winners that helps you. So anytime players, Minnesota is the only hot team in the American League Central. And so those players coming from Baltimore, their closer, things like that, they're going to continue to win. That's why I say I think the Minnesota Twins are kind of going to be are kind of my sleeper right now in the American League playoffs. But I'll be honest, I would rather face Aaron Judge in an ALCS than Carlos Correa in an ALCS at Minute Maid Park, because he would be way too comfortable at the plate.
Yeah, for sure. So looking at today's game, we're about 15 minutes from first pitch. It's going to be Luis Garcia versus Cal Quantrill. And he's somebody who's kind of been up and down this season, Quantrill. And the Astros are definitely trotting out interesting lineup. You got the 2 new guys in there, Mancini batting 6th and Vazquez batting 7th. He is catching. This is something they definitely talked about beforehand about Vazquez catching Luis Garcia.
No, I'm
okay. All right. So, but Myers is batting. Then McCormick is playing right field because Tucker's not in the lineup again. Then you have Myers in center field. So I think that the Astros are a little bit top heavy in this lineup today, but I think Vazquez, we'll have to see what he does. I know A lot of people are making light of the fact that Vazquez seems to really like the Red Sox, and that he's like, "Oh, I want to come back to you after the season and everything, and I miss you guys and everything."
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, look, if they win, and there are other aspects of this. If they win, does Justin Verlander come back? Well,
Yeah.
you absolutely have to have him back. I want Justin Verlander to pitch until he's 47 or 40. I don't care how old he is. He could be the Julio Franco or Nolan Ryan of pitchers to me. But what I want to do, Eric, is I want to do another giveaway. I have what's called a $50 credit to Simple Seats. And let me tell you all about Simple Seats. Simple Seats is a locally owned ticket website. And what's great is they don't have the fees. So like when you go to other ticket websites, they're going to charge you an extra 20% before you get out the door. Now with Simple Seats. And they have what's called zone seating. What they do is they let you pick a zone. There's a bigger discount if you do that, then they pick the seats for you. Now, if you like your own seats and you like to pick your seats, you can do that. But it's not just Astros tickets. It's Texans, Dynamo, Rockets, U of H, Texas A&M, and more teams are coming along as they're growing. So simpleseats.com, no fees, lowest prices. It's that simple. So what I have here is I have a $50 credit for you to put towards any purchase of any seat. Okay, if you want to go to Rockets game, if you want to go to Astros game.
I went to Kevin Hart yesterday, and I used Simple Seats to buy my Kevin Hart ticket.
There you go. I'm totally jealous. I wish I could have gone to that show. I heard that show was really good. We'll have to talk about it later. You might not be able to tell his jokes on air, though.
No.
So I have to do that after the taping. So, Eric, go ahead and pick a name out of there, and we'll call for the Simple Seats. And this is what we'll do. If you win, I'm going to have you write your email down for me, and I'm going to have the owner of Simple Seats is going to send you an email directly with a credit, and we'll go from there. Yeah, let's do that.
The winner is Skylar.
Put your email on that. All right, now let's do this. Hold on one second. Keep going.
Okay. All right. So the Kevin Hart concert, not concert, but I guess comedy show was pretty cool. They had 3 comedians go on before him, and it was just pretty awesome to see as well. So
all right, I want to give away another prize here. I want to give away a follower of ours donated to us 2 club seats to the Orioles versus Astros on August 27th, and they will be transferred through the Ballpark app. I will get your address on. I will get your email address on there, and you can exchange. But you'll have to have the MLB Ballpark app. And we have here, it literally says MANN, MANN, MANN. Come on over here. 2 tickets. They're club level seats. These are great seats. I've actually sat here. This is right next to the press box. You can actually wave to Blummer from there. It's really cool. So if you would do this, if you would put your email address on there, I'll send them to you because I have them on my ticket app. Make sure you have the MLB Ballpark app. Okay, good deal. Exactly. That's awesome. Thank you so much. That's right. Okay, good. All right, so let's keep it rolling. Thank you so much, Brandy Mann. Thank you. We're gonna get a picture posted up on social media. See, here's the thing: if y'all aren't here, you can't win these prizes. So we want to thank y'all for coming out, and maybe some people that just happened to be here when we showed up that are here. And I've got some others that will give away towards the end of the show. I've got one more group of tickets from Rosie. I've got a couple of these Texas Rangers versus Astros Lone Star shirts and
Rangers.
a $50 Strangers or Southern Oklahoma Rangers, if you want to call them that. And then we've got the Hooters $50 gift card to still give away.
Okay, cool. So, the Astros are definitely playing some good baseball right now, and I know a lot of people are saying that they're actually better than the Yankees right now, but most of the polls rankings are still having the Yankees ahead. And
they have the Yankees ahead, and I don't understand it, because when you play a team and you clearly beat them, what other measuring stick do we need? Is it because Aaron Judge has so many home runs? And I have a question about all those home runs, because, Eric, who else has hit 13 home runs after the All-Star break? Aaron Judge is the only guy. They're feeding that guy juice balls. They're doing something. He's getting something extra to help out with these home runs. And I do believe there is a New York bias. And let me tell you why they hate us so much. Because when we did win, we beat LA, we beat Boston, we beat New York, the three darlings of the major leagues. And you know what? We're now the darlings. Why? Because we've been to 5 straight ALCS. The proof is in the pudding. But the problem, see, the thing is, we don't have to prove ourselves anymore to any other club. It's simply all we have to do is go out and show up. I think we show up, we win 10 times out of 10. I still have the Astros and the Mets in the World Series, Eric. I still have us beating the Mets, even DeGrom and Scherzer.
All right, so if we're looking at Mancini as purely a first baseman, how would you, H-Town Wheelhouse, spread out the playing time for the rest of the season with Yuli Gurriel? Because I think my answer would be a little bit different than yours.
I think you're going to give Mancini 60 to 70% of the starts minimum at first base. And when he's not playing first base, you have him at DH because you have Alvarez in left field because I don't see Michael Brantley coming back.
Okay. I think that they're going to give Yuli, you said it earlier, he's the heart and soul of the team mostly. I mean, a lot of people look up to him as a leader. So I think that they're not going to take him out of the lineup, especially as hot as he's playing. He doesn't have the power he's had in the past, but he's still hitting for a good average and everything. And he's been doing a lot better since they moved him to a 2 slot. So I think that they're going to keep him in the lineup as much as possible. He'll probably play 70% or more.
And you may be right. And, also, and there is another element, and I forget who said the other day on Twitter, one of the things that they may be doing is they may not be showing their hand with Mancini and with Vazquez in there a whole lot. Maybe they're not showing all their muscle for the playoffs before. But then again, you already seen what Mancini can do. It's not like he's some secret player that they're going to sneak into the lineup. At the end of the day, Dusty is a player's coach. And Dusty's going to play who he likes the most. Now, if you're asking me to manage the team, I'm giving Mancini more starts than Yuli. And it's no disrespect to Yuli Gurriel. It is where they are. And these players know this is a business. These players, who wants a title more than Yuli Gurriel? Mancini's never had one, but Yuli, I think, would fully be on board with splitting that playoff time, but I don't think they'll do that. Seniority often reigns. There is a pecking order in Major League Baseball. So there's all kinds of logistics. Like, I would not want to be a GM, especially with Houston Astros, because you have a big problem. You have too much talent on one team. We're basically a juggernaut. How do you manage that and keep everybody happy?
Brooks is going after me on the comment saying that I need to stop playing and Yuli needs to go back down to rookie ball. Remember, I'm not managing the Houston Astros. Dusty Baker is.
You can't send Yuli Gurriel to rookie ball. That makes no sense. Tell me you don't understand baseball without telling me you don't understand baseball. You can't do that. That's not going to happen. The bottom line is
not being serious, man.
Okay, well, but there are people though that will take that and they will run with it. And they'll be serious. They'll say, "On Locked On Astros, they said this." Here is the bottom line. You have the best team in the American League in the Houston Astros, who has the most powerful lineup top to bottom. If Martín Maldonado gets a hit in the World Series, it's going to be a home run, folks. If you have starting in place of Vazquez, Maldonado, you'll see that happen. These guys are going to work well, and I think at the trade deadline they did the perfect thing. Will Smith may not even be on the playoff roster if he doesn't do good enough. And they might bring up Hunter Brown. He just punched another 9 guys out his last game, 9 strikeouts in his last 5.5 innings. This kid is on fire. And if you keep continuing to ignore Hunter Brown, you're going to discourage this kid. Remember, I talked to him a few weeks ago. I told him congratulations on making the Futures game. And he said, "I appreciate it, but I want to be at Minute Maid Park." And that kid is very frustrated. He said publicly, I don't know what else I have to do in order to get to the big league. So watch them to make some surprising moves with the pitching staff as they expand playoff rosters come September.
You know who surprised me this year? Brian Abreu. I think a lot of us have been.
Brian Abreu has been very good as of late. And we've talked about this. The reason why he struggles is his spin rate. And it's hard to harness a ball that is spinning that much.
Yeah. But if you look at most of the relievers in the Astros bullpen, Smith is the one with the highest ERA, and he's only been Astro for, 2 or 3 days?
Yeah, but it's going to bloom when you only have like 1 or 2 innings. It's kind of like Nolan Ryan when he first came up, He got sent down. He had a 27 ERA. He only had a couple starts. He gave up a ton of runs. And so, that's going to happen. If anybody can fix Will Smith, Eric, it's this pitching coach staff.
The only reason I think that Will Smith may be playoff roster is Dusty Baker likes a left-handed pitcher. That's why I think he's going to make the.
But he has to improve. He can't give up home runs because you've got. I mean,
just
dude,
remember how dominant he was against the Astros last year too.
I know,
So
but he hasn't.
Yeah.
I know, but Braves fans that I've talked to were so thankful that we took him off their hands. And I was like, well, I'm glad we gave y'all Over Easy or whatever the guy's name is, the forgettable Jake Odorizzi. I'm sorry, I know he did good in some starts, but at the end of the day, Will Smith to me is an expendable quality. He's an expendable piece of this roster. I think that you could get rid of him without it hurting you. Now, if he's proven himself and he's doing it, let him play. Let him be on the roster. But if he's not, sorry, you got to cut bait. We've had a lot of pitchers we left off the playoff roster, and it hasn't really hurt us.
Right. It's almost game time, guys. We're excited about the Astros playing the Cleveland Guardians. We're excited. We'll go ahead and keep broadcasting a little bit throughout through the game, maybe the first inning or so. But it's Luis Garcia is always a great pitcher to watch. But the Astros starters keep on throwing these quality starts. And how long has it been since a Astro starter has not thrown a quality start? And it's one of those situations where we have a embarrassment of riches with our pitching staff, and it's just amazing the fact that you can trade somebody like Jake Odorizzi and not even blink about it. And then you have Lance McCullers, who's about to face Dallas Keuchel again in another situation. So we'll see what happens on Sunday and how many innings he's able to pitch. But Lance McCullers, I have no idea what his role is going to be on this team. Is he going to be a starter? Is he going to be like opener? Is he going to be how long are they going to let him pitch? But Lance McCullers is going to add to the depth of this team. And then you put Christian Javier back in the bullpen as a long reliever.
Oh, yeah,
but
definitely.
It's kind of sad because he's shown that he's a very reliable starter.
I think Christian Javier is the perfect person because if you have a plethora of pitchers that you want to throw in a certain game, I really think that he fits in any role. That's what this team does well is they're selfless players. They're not worried about some other guy having more success than them because when one's successful, the other one is, and that's the ultimate team mindset. That's what I try to teach young athletes whenever I coach them. It's not about you, it's about the team. And that's the culture that's been built here throughout this Astros organization. And the life I want to give away one of these Houston Astros versus Texas Rangers Lone Star Series shirts. And I need Eric to make sure that I've got this name right. It looks like Thredall. Can someone here help me with that? Help me with that name right there. Oh, this you again? Okay. All right. Let's get. All right. There's the same person stuffing the ballot box here. Okay. All right. Here we go. We got 1H. 1H. He just left. Oh, okay. We're gonna draw another person. Let's see who we got. Okay.
Maddie
R. Maddie R. All right.
All right. We also got a couple more Hooters shirts to give away as well.
Shirts. Let's do it. All right. We got some Hooters Nasa shirts. They got the Tequila Sunrise on them.
2 of them, I think.
We got one's for a guy, one's for a girl. Let's draw the one for a. Is this? I believe Marquise. This Marquise.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
That's his real name, I guess.
Oh, now we know your real name. Jesus.
Yes.
Yes, that one's Maddie, the Hooters Nasa shirt. All right, let me see. All right, let's do the $50. Let's do the $50 Hooters gift card.
Okay.
Okay. Hold on.
What's up? Wait, is it last?
JC.
Now, can we make these for like the non-Hooters workers?
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, because
All right, so we're gonna go and redraw it. Okay.
Hey, is that? See, I don't know who's is that.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that also?
Are they all Hooters? Jay Maxie? Nope, that's someone out here. No,
Okay.
Okay.
That's
Huh?
okay.
Actually, it's girls.
Okay.
Let's do this. They're all the same. I'm gonna go with. I got it right here.
Okay.
Jason, come on up. You're the winner of the Hooters $50 gift card. Jason.
Okay.
Do you want me to sort these in these?
Yeah.
Alrighty. So it looks like the game should be
Has
starting.
the game started? Is the game on?
Yes, it's over
okay,
here.
good
So
deal.
Altuve's up, and I think we got one more girl shirt to give away. And are you out of the other shirts?
Yeah, I've got a couple posters I can give away as well. So let's make this for the Facing Nolan movie poster. Bruce Knox. Bruce Knox. Is Bruce Knox here? Bruce.
All right.
Bruce Knox.
So it's 2-2 pitch to Altuve. Let's see what he does. And strike three right down the middle.
Bruce Knox. Is he here?
Yes. All right. So one out. So Altuve strikes out, and unfortunately, but it looks like the Astros have played the Guardians. I still have a hard time not saying Indians pretty well. They've averaged 4.9 runs per game with 14 wins. All right, so we're giving away a poster. All right, bye, David. All right, so Yuli's up. Let's see what Yuli does. That's called on the inside corner. Yuli doesn't really like it. All right, foul ball.
Huh? Oh no, you're good.
All right, but we're not going to stay live the whole time, but we'll stay live for a little bit. All right, what was that swing? That was way at your eyes.
Eric's talking to Yuli right now. He's got an earpiece. Yuli, what was that? See, I just got through defending you. Now, why are you hitting like this?
Yeah,
come on, Yuli.
Man.
Whoa.
Just a bit high.
Looks like 50 cents on the mound. That's a first pitch joke if you caught that.
All right.
Cultural reference. Who is that? Oh, yeah, we just did him already. Yeah.
What about?
Yeah. CJ Luna. CJ Luna, come on up.
You could give her some warning.
I just knew it. She saw me.
Okay.
She saw me.
All right, so.
She caught it. It didn't hit her face.
Well, yeah. All right, so I think Yuli got out.
You won a Facing Nolan poster. But I'm also.
Thank you, Stanley. Yes, Stanley's a Yankees fan who likes our podcast. He's actually watching right now. Do we have the what? Well, thank you for watching, Stanley. And all right, so we have Alvarez up. He's already got 30 home runs, 73 RBIs, 306 batting average. Throws a lot of high pitches. Oh, I guess it's in front of me too. So. All right, so 88 outside high. Do what? Okay. We're giving away Facing Nolan Ryan posters right now. So, guys, it really pays to come out to one of these live events next time. For those of y'all watching live, we had 100 and something people there earlier. Brantley, we have no idea when Brantley is going to return. As far as we know, he's not going to return, but we don't know for sure. The Astros haven't really told us anything about that. We just know he hasn't started swinging yet.
And Alvarez just walked.
Okay. I'm having conversation with people.
Yeah, conversation with people online.
Yeah.
I see you.
Everybody in here should be good now.
Okay, cool. Okay.
And then I know there are two regulars or not regulars.
So we're.
I'm gonna. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do another simple seats to give away, and I'll just. If you can't do it, I'll do it.
Okay.
All right. So we got one more $50 credit for SimpleSeats.com that we're going to give away. Because hey, I love sending people, and so I'll take care of it. I'll talk with Simple Seats, and I'll pony up, and we will send some more people to some Astros games. So this is for a $50 SimpleSeats.com credit. Okay, Elizabeth Vazquez, come on over, come on up. I'm gonna have you write down your email. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the owner of Simple Seats send you an email to tell you how to create your credit on SimpleSeats.com. So that's our second $50 SimpleSeats.com credit. Now, we've got a couple more.
They're saying that Mark Appel was just sent down and he's on waivers.
We're not picking up Mark Appel.
I don't think Mark Appel is out of options.
All right, let's give away another Facing Nolan poster. Jose Arredondo. Did I say that right? Jose Arredondo.
Make sure y'all check out our podcast. We are the Locked On
All right,
Astros
man. Yes.
podcast. We are on YouTube. We just had a show that was 10,000 views, and that was pretty awesome. And we're growing strong, and so we're on YouTube, Spotify, Odyssey, wherever you're listening to your podcast. Check out the Locked On Astros podcast, and the Astros just got out of the innings. So, but thank you, Rosie, for letting us come here. And Hooters at NASA is an awesome place for us to come and do this. We'll probably come out and do this again, definitely during the playoffs. And great place to have some good brews, good wings, and always hang out with the world famous Hooter girls. And it's just awesome to just come watch games. There's like literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 TVs right in front of my face. So it's just awesome. You should come out here, check them out. And Rosie's a big fan. She wears black socks ever since 2005. We can all probably figure out why, because of the World Series. But she will never wear white socks again. But it's just awesome experience to just be here and broadcasting live. We had a lot of our Locked On Astros listeners come, and hopefully we get some more subscribers and everything. So just go YouTube, just search Locked On Astros, and you'll find us there. So we do a daily podcast after every game, and we do Monday through Friday, and it's normally about 30 minutes long, and it's just exciting for us to do. And we've had players like Lance McCullers on, and just some of the rookies in the past. And all right, so waiting for Brett to come back. So, but thank you, Simple Seats, for providing tickets, and it's really a great place to buy tickets. I literally bought the Kevin Hart tickets and Astros tickets. I will never go back to the other guys.
No, yeah, definitely. We don't use anybody else but SimpleSeats.com, and you can see, if you've seen any of my social media posts from games, you can see that those seats were all purchased through Simple Seats. And we want to thank Rosie for hosting this, having us out here. Thank you, the Hooters girls. Everybody, give them a hand. Give the Hooters girls a hand. Yes. All right. Now here's the deal. We may do another one of these live here. We may have other shows that pop up live in other parts of town. But if you subscribe to our YouTube channel, if you check us out on Apple, Google, Spotify, if you're at work and you got a good drive to work, put us in every day. Remember, we are your team every day. I'm H-Town Wheelhouse. I'm local to the area. This is Eric the Man Heisman. He's also local. By day, we're teachers. By night, we're podcasters. But all day, we're all about the Astros. So thank y'all so much for tuning in to Locked on Astros. Thank y'all for online for being there for us every single day. And Keyzeus, tip of the hat to you, sir. Great job. Don't go getting a podcast and taking our job from us because you did excellent on the mic, sir. Y'all have a good one, and let's go Stros.